and proudly be like, yeah, man, I survived an avalanche. And especially if you have a GoPro attached to your noggin somewhere to actually show and prove that you did it.
All right. Very State 38 answer.
It's like at your face, but it's also got like the snow just crippling behind you.
Now, that being said, if a mountain lion attacked me and I had a GoPro on my head too, that would also be pretty awesome. So that's the one thing that dude didn't have.
Yeah, unless you got mauled by the tiger.
Yeah. Faces of death is
what
the
happens
thing,
if
man.
that thing shits out that camera and it's like, oh, still works, sweet camera case, GoPro. And then they look at it and they're like, oh my God, this guy's face got ripped off like Silence of the Lambs.
I like it, though. Very State 38 answer without boarding the avalanche. Great answer. Thank you, listeners, for the questions. Good stuff.
Well, let's ask everybody around. Chris, what would your answer be in this one? Mountain lion, avalanche,
Or
tornado?
I guess I would run in a tornado in the car.
I feel like that's the easy, and I didn't know we were going for the cool. Sean made it sound like we were going for the cool answer. I was trying to get out alive. I don't feel like successfully I would get out of.
Y'all didn't tell me the terms. I didn't know.
You did the cool. Like if you're gonna survive one, I agree. That's a cool way to get.
Or free solo El Capitan. Like,
no, that guy has Asperger's for sure. Like not to be mean, but that was so hard to watch. How like it was tough. It was really tough.
Sorry, guys, we digress. We watched Free Solo the other night.
Oh,
that would be another scenario, which is
very intense.
I would say 9 out of 10 people would probably die.
Were your hands dry watching that?
10.5 out of 10 died.
I can't watch that without my hands literally dripping wet. Like when I see
it's like a fresh bag. You're just sweating.
Seriously, I don't know how that guy can do that, and my hands like get nervous watching him climb up those mountains. But yeah. So how about a tornado while you're in an avalanche being chased by a mountain lion?
Well, now Tara Reid has survived that. We've all seen Sharknado. Please don't patronize us. We know what's real and what's not. But yours is a good answer, and Chris, I think yours is the most practical chance for us to survive. That's why I said the same thing.
This podcast going, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way at the top if we get killed by some goddamn snowstorm. So let's ask the other native. What's your choice here? We got 2 Colorado.
I think I'd go with the mountain lion because you can't fight a tornado, you can't fight an avalanche, but damn it, you could fight a mountain lion.
I'm not gonna.
So it depends on I think there's a lot of if I was going to survive one, I'd say avalanche would be pretty cool. But if I had to fight something, mountain lion for sure.
I was thinking more like evade or escape, and we won't say run away from mountain lion. We're saying you have to kill that bitch because obviously it's based off of current affairs, and all 3 of those things have been represented here recently.
I mean, it depends on the size of the mountain lion too.
It doesn't matter if the end goal is you killing it. Like you choose option.
If it's little, I'd probably take it on.
Dude, I don't think no.
I feel like
they're not out. He didn't attack you to be like, I just feel like losing today.
He thought it was lunch.
Yeah, he's going to try to murder you.
I guess if it's like an adolescent cub, I'd probably take that one on.
So
but
you're saying you prey on children? That's what I heard. Let's get the fucking FBI in here. All right, we got 2 people. One of them's over here making meth. The other guy's trying to hit kids. That was hilarious. The story about your neighbor. Oh shit, that was from the earlier story.
Yeah, it's all good.
So y'all don't have context to that. He doesn't cook meth. His story.
No, we just make whiskey and tequila. We're not making meth here. Just to be really clear.
I was like, time out. We didn't talk about that
FBI once again showing up at my door.
It made me laugh though when he told that story. I was like, "Yep, I could see that. That makes sense." Someone freaking out like. It's Sharon that, also asked for the manager at the local Outback. Shout out. We're doing Team Outback dinner at this. But, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was. That was a great question. We appreciate the crowd for bringing those 2 questions. It sounds like we have some Colorado Boulder folks, the buffs, SCO buffs. But, Sean, we want to thank you so much for having us. Again, we're down here at State 38 Distillery. On Corporate Road off of Highway 6, then you take a left on Highway 40. It's actually not too hard to get out of here. Just get on the fucking Highway 6 from the folks that listen in Denver. It's for like 94% of our listeners.
Yeah, fair enough.
What's it called? But obviously he gave some tips of the town for our golden listeners. I know our friends Andrew and Natalie would appreciate that. And then Daniel, we want to thank you so much for coming and just gracing our fucking presence. You're always
dude. It is always my pleasure. I always feel like I'm ending up in a therapy session, but
It's because we like to have a couple cocktails and just really pick each other's brain.
And that'll be the next episode as we'll kind of dig into like my social anxiety, my
We can talk about
diabetes,
my
and
issues with my parents. If
my
you want to.
adolescent
we can,
cubs.
We can carry this episode another hour if y'all want.
Before we go, though, you do need to ask Sean your question.
That is true. The question. The question. All right, so I'll ask him. Earmuffs. Don't fucking ruin this, Daniel. Do you believe in dinosaurs?
Do I believe in dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Like they existed at some point? Absolutely. Yeah, without question.
If you were a dinosaur, what kind of dinosaur would you have been based off your character?
I'd be the T-Rex for sure.
Do you have baby arms?
I don't. I got really long arms, actually.
Yeah, you do have kind of normally long arms.
You that wants to be a T-Rex.
It's the carnivorous. Is that the word? Yeah,
Nice
I think that's the
word
right
drop right
aspect to kind of be the head
alpha?
honcho. Yeah, the head
apex
honcho. Man. I
predator?
mean, dude, who's gonna prey on you?
A meat eater.
Yeah.
A meat eater is.
God damn, I love a good evolution
That really
joke.
made a lot of sense, actually. A meteor and a meteor. Well, yes, I love it.
That's a fair answer, and hopefully you don't get taken out early, but it happens. You don't want to turn into oil.
What's yours? I mean, I don't. What?
So I'm a pterodactyl because they got killer views. No, not really. It's actually because they get to eat seafood, and so I feel like that was kind of a lot of my nature. And at the same time, they're really high, so it kind of doubles both ways. So, and then Chris, I don't know. Have you told our listeners, Chris, what you are? Tell them what you are.
I go back and forth, but
He's a racist.
I usually land on Triceratops because they're just kind of like they're almost like dinosaur cows, but they have cool horns. I mean, I would say they're like a
That's Wagyu. That's a Wagyu dinosaur I've ever heard of. I like where your head's at. This new
crown. You aren't gonna fuck with it, dude.
It's like unicorns mixed with steak. I like it.
In a prehistoric day.
Yes. All right. And DH, what about yourself, brother?
I'm gonna go Triceratops too, but I don't have as good of an
What's your
explanation
rationale?
of that. I just think they have cool ass heads, and they don't fuck around with those guys. Those
You believe in dinosaurs because we didn't ask you that. You
Oh
just
yeah.
said-
Do you believe in dinosaurs, or did you just jump on the boat?
I mean, I'm
'Cause everybody else is a
sure they
dinosaur
hung
believer.
out on the flat Earth that we live on at some point. So.
Let's wrap this episode and start a new one.
Oh man, yeah.
This is why Daniel needs therapy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kyrie Irving out there.
Yeah, and any other flat earthers, you are always welcome on this podcast. I will give you my butt fucking cell phone number if you will just call in. I swear to God, we're going to find one eventually, Chris. We say that every week, so we feel if we put it out in the universe, maybe a stripper will sleep with us. Or, who knows what happens. But, yeah, guys, we want to thank y'all so much for coming on this evening. Y'all, don't forget to come check it out. State 38 down here off Corporate Road, right off of Highway 40, just right off of 6, maybe 15 minutes outside of town. So an easy little happy hour, an afternoon delight. You want to give some specials or some pitches that we need to tell folks about? Tuesday to Saturday?
Yeah, Tuesday through Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. Come on by. We actually give away 2 free samples of our booze to anyone that walks in off the street, and we give a free tour as well. So you could be
Drunk?
20,
Smart.
21 and up. First of all, let's make that clear.
What?
And 75 and under, because anything above that is just weird. And you walk in, and two free samples of our booze and a tour, and then we do $7 drinks, and our drinks are quite boozy. So
That they
Joel
are?
will drop some knowledge on you on that
and
too.
Joel will drop mad knowledge. If you want to know anything about a distillery, truly, this is a place to ask those questions and not feel ashamed, like you're bothering someone. Sometimes when you ask people questions, that's not happening here. You can ask any question here, and we'll completely nerd out with you.
There you go.
Who's the worst person, Michael Jackson or R. Kelly?
Dude, I just watched Surviving
what were you-
Neverland last night. I just watched it last
Four
night.
fucking kids.
That Wade Phillip kid, that was God, man, his story is all jacked up. Yeah. So I don't know if an answer is equal, but I got to put them on par with each other. As a father of a 13-year-old daughter,
You're gonna slander a dead man?
That R. Kelly shit is just It's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah, that was a no-win situation for you,
terrible.
but you really put yourself in that situation.
No, it's really bad. Yeah.
Well, Sean, we do appreciate it. We appreciate y'all not only having us, but also letting us go on the tour and for letting us pick your brain. You gave some very, insightful, I guess, tips of the trade because I don't party in Golden, so I'm going to use you as a beacon of light in the future. So we appreciate
thank you guys for letting me be a part of your show. I really appreciate it. You guys were all awesome.
Dude, we had a lot of fun.
Awesome. Let's do this absinthe drip.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's get crazy.
Last question, and Daniel, we always appreciate you. I'm sure you'll be joining us again every time we get drunk. Daniel's always there he's a spotter. He gets drunker than us to make sure where the level is. How many shots will it take of this absinthe for me to throw up in Chris's car and for me to hallucinate? And let's talk about that. Is that an urban myth?
Yeah, so it is an urban myth. Absinthe was illegal in America and most of Europe up till 2007. And the reason why it was illegal for about 80 years is because the use of wormwood. Wormwood is like a bittering agent that's used in absinthe, and it contains a chemical compound called thujone. Thujone is thought to make you hallucinate if you. That was Thor. Yeah,
thin hentai.
Okay. But if you consumed really high quantities of thujone, then you will hallucinate, much like mushrooms. Here's the thing, though. In order to actually get that amount of thujone in your system for hallucinogenic effects, you would have to consume about 40 bottles of absinthe in a row. Absinthe is about 110 proof alcohol. You'd be dead after bottle 1.5.
Wait, so challenge accepted for sure.
We'll even throw a couple mushrooms in there.
There's
a guy.
That's right.
Shout out to our guy.
So it got re-legalized 11 years ago. Under a caveat, though, that the U.S. government has the allowance or the ability to randomly test our absinthe at any time that they want to. That's right. It's the only spirit that the government can actually come out of nowhere and say, we're grabbing that bottle off your shelf and we're going to test it right now.
Fucking Obama/Trump.
And if it
one of them falls in everyone's category somewhere.
Coming here after
we're good. We've gone through 2 random testing, and we released the absinthe in November.
You're like Ed Reed.
And we've already been through 2.
Eric Reed.
But so as long as our levels of thujone are below the acceptable hallucinogenic levels. Now that being said, this is what I'll tell you. There is a very well-known fact that absinthe is also a truth serum. So even though you won't hallucinate from thujone and the wormwood, you will absolutely open up more than you've ever had and tell the truth about things that you normally wouldn't.
Why the fuck are we drinking this after this interview?
Because I don't know if I want to know your inner thoughts.
Yeah, like, damn, we could have gotten to know y'all a lot cooler. Could have gotten some real answers.
The bottom of that issue.
I was going to say, this cool, man.
Danielle would have been sitting over there on that couch over there,
So next
crying.
time we'll do an absinthe-based.
Yeah, we'll do a sample. We'll do a sample just to make sure it's not poisonous. But what we've also proven is that it is not like Euro Trip.
No. Yeah,
That's fucked up because you just kind of ruined our day.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're not going to be tripping out off a shot of absinthe by far. But you absolutely will be opening up more than you would normally. And it's a bizarre phenomenon. I would say it's actually a detriment sometimes because you're saying things that you normally wouldn't say.
Detriment and truth serum. You're not saying anything we don't know.
This has got a thing to it, man, where like even things you wouldn't normally say, like, man, I hate the way you chew with your mouth open. You would normally not say like stuff because you're cordial. Yeah. All right, well.
People that smack can go to fucking hell. Can we all agree on that?
Yeah, everyone chew with your mouth closed. Let's all make that a thing.
Here, it's done.
Yeah.
If
All right.
you catch a wooden spoon in the back of the hand a few times, you'll stop smacking.
Was that house tortured?
Yeah, I just say manners.
Manners. And Daniel, we appreciate you joining us. That's at the Whisky Accountant for those that don't know. And Sean, we're gonna get y'all's as well, but that's the Whisky Accountant with underscores. And yeah, you'll find him. He's tagged in all of our posts as well. So he is our aficionado for this evening. We thank you for guiding us as well. We
Thank you.
appreciate it.
I don't know what much I guided on tonight,
Give a
but
shit. We hadn't-
yeah.
And then Sean, how if folks want to find you on social media? Last wrap up. What would y'all's social media tag be?